Hey crypto friends, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Garrett and welcome to Altcoin Radar. In today's short video, I'm going to be sharing 3 big reasons as to why I personally think Nakamoto Games is going to absolutely explode in the long term. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel, if you're interested in trading and would like to try out the same crypto exchange that I use, feel free to go ahead and check out the MEXC crypto exchange with the link in the video description down below this video. I personally love this exchange because one, as you guys can clearly see, they have literally the cheapest trading fees in the entire industry. In addition to that, I'm a huge altcoin nerd, small cap altcoin nerd, and I love hodling all kinds of different small cap altcoins, and MEXC has all of them. They have over 1,500 of them, and they're constantly adding new ones on a regular basis. So that is one of the biggest reasons why I love using MEXC. So guys, as many of you already know, I am a huge fan of altcoin projects that meet certain criteria. And some of these things that I look for in altcoin projects are how well the project markets itself, how often they launch new features and are actively developing. And I also look at how strong the actual team behind the project is. So because of this criteria that I look for, Nakamoto Games has really stood out to me ever since I first learned about the project and bought in for the very first time below 8 cents. In addition, I am sure many of you have seen me post about Nakamoto Games quite often on Twitter as well. And in this video, I will go through each of the reasons and tell you exactly why I think Nakamoto Games is going to absolutely explode in the long term. However, do not take this as a guarantee, because obviously, realistically, I can't see the future. You can't see the future. None of us can see the future. We can only speculate, and realistically, that's all this is speculation. So that's something to keep in mind as well, you guys. But realistically, the first reason why I love this project and why I love Nakamoto Games so much is because of their marketing efforts and their community outreach, okay? I have a lot of background in marketing, and so when I know that good marketing does wonders for a company, and Nakamoto Games is extremely good when it comes to marketing. Here's the problem. The problem with a lot of altcoin projects is that many of them tend to expect their community to do all of their marketing for them, which is why we oftentimes see a lot of projects slacking on their overall community engagement in places like social media, in places like CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko and stuff like that. However, Nakamoto Games is one of those projects that literally has a presence just about everywhere, especially compared to all the other P2E platforms out there. Here's a quick example of what I'm talking about, okay? If we take a look at Gala and we go to the community section over here on CoinMarketCap, we can clearly see, I don't know if my video screen in this bottom corner is in the way or not, but you can clearly see that there are no posts on here or anything from Gala Games whatsoever. You know, that's, I mean, realistically, where's their marketing? Same thing when we looked at a platform like Vulcan Forged, okay? And there's nothing here. Same thing when we look at games for a living. I mean, same thing, there's nothing here. So realistically, you guys, there's all kinds of these different P2E gaming projects and, you know, any altcoin project in general that doesn't take their marketing seriously, and they don't have a presence everywhere. And that kind of sucks because marketing is a big aspect for any brand. I mean, anybody who owns a company knows this. Branding and marketing is a very big deal. You literally have to be just about everywhere. So realistically, you know, I'm not saying that these projects are bad or anything. None of these projects are bad. Games for a Living, Vulcan Forge, Gala, they're all solid gaming projects. Their marketing just kind of sucks, realistically. So, and then when we go to Nakamoto Games, I mean, you go to the community section, we got Nakamoto Games right here. Just 12 hours ago, they posted something. They posted something else 23 hours ago. Then they posted another thing the day before. Then I got a post from me. Another post for me. If we just keep scrolling down, there's even more from Nakamoto Games, even more from Nakamoto Games. They are literally everywhere, constantly keeping in touch with their community. And that is one of the biggest things that I love about this project, is they're actually present to people. So that's one of the biggest things that I really love about this project. Now here's the thing. I know to some of you, you might not think that this is a big deal, but realistically it is, because it's important for any kind of brand to be in touch with their followers on a regular basis. And Nakamoto Games does this on a very consistent basis, and it's very nice to see. So here's the thing, think about it for a minute. When potential investors visually see that they're super active, that the team is super active with the community, that only makes those investors more excited to be part of a project that's super active like that and makes them want to invest into them even more. Realistically, it's a psychological thing in all reality, all right? Now, the second reason why I think Nakamoto Games will blow up at some point in time in the future is because of new features in games. So realistically, here's the thing. They've got they've literally, here's the thing, all right? The reason why I think Nakamoto Games will explode is simply because of all the games, okay? The games, the features, and the infrastructure that's been built for future gamers, investors, and game developers as well. Realistically, I mean, seriously though, Nakamoto Games has over 200 plus games already and a mobile app that's expected to be released hopefully soon. They've also got the Nakaverse and a fully fledged infrastructure for gaming devs as well. Now, something that you may have noticed on Twitter is that there's some people who talk smack about Nakamoto Games and that there's little to nobody playing their games whatsoever. However, the thing that people need to keep in mind here is that everything Nakamoto Games is currently building, they're building it with the future in mind, okay? They're literally building it with the future in mind, okay? They're building it so when blockchain gaming gets adopted on a widespread scale in the future, they will be at the front of the line with all of these games and features. So with that said, this is one of the biggest reasons as to why I personally think Nakamoto Games will explode in the long-term future. So for those of you who are realistic long-term investors, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. So the next reason why I think that Nakamoto Games could blow up in the long-term future here is, let me go ahead and grab my calculator real quick. The next reason why is because they've got an extremely low supply and the speculation for huge gains is absolutely very high. All right. So realistically, there's literally a ton of room for growth with this coin, and I will show you what I'm talking about with a couple scenarios here, okay? First of all, the max supply for this coin is only, let's see here, the max supply for this coin is a small 180 million tokens, which means that if all tokens were in circulation, the market cap of this coin would be, obviously, as you can see here, right around, $73.3 million, okay? Which is still super small compared to other P2E gaming projects that have exploded in the past, such as like Axie Infinity. So, just for shits and giggles here, I want to show you guys what the market cap would be if the price of Naka were to reach Axie Infinity levels someday, and you will see what I mean as to how possible it is for this coin to reach these levels someday, okay? So if we go ahead and take Axie Infinity's high, which was, I think, I could be wrong here, but I think it was like $165. So if we were to take $165, all right, pretend that Nakamoto Games were to reach $165, which is Axie's all-time high, okay? And we go ahead and multiply it by its, circulating supply, which, obviously right now it's at 72.3 million. At that point in time, when it reached, or if it were to reach a level of $165, market cap would probably be more, or circulating supply would probably be more around like the 75 million mark, maybe. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, I don't know. But we will check this out. If we go ahead and multiply this by the small circulating supply of 75 million, we get a market cap of roughly $12.3 billion, okay? Which in the grand scheme of things, in the height of a bull market, you guys, $12.3 billion market cap is extremely, extremely small, okay? I mean, we are talking extremely small here, all right? But realistically, I mean, even if it doesn't go as high as something like $165, even if it were to go to something like, let's say, 20 bucks, I mean, which would still be a huge, huge astronomical gain for this coin. If we go ahead and multiply this by 75 million, I mean, shit, guys, we're sitting here talking about a market cap of a small $1.5 billion. These are easily attainable levels that Naka can reach in the long-term future, you guys. These are not out of the question of, possibilities whatsoever. They can easily reach these levels at some point. I'm not saying they will. I'm not guaranteeing anything, obviously, because I can't see the future. But realistically here, they can easily reach these levels at some point in time, if it grows, okay? So the realm of possibilities here for, $20 plus for Nakamoto Games in the long term, it's definitely there. If, Nakamoto Games continues to grow and, people continue to keep buying Nakamoto Games and, the supply or the demand is there for the token. So overall here, you guys, realistically, before you get excited about the possibility that this could happen someday, please keep in mind that this is really all dependent on how the token grows over time, all right? If Nakamoto Games suddenly starts bringing in new gamers and developers to their platform, then Naka could easily reach these levels someday. But if they don't, then it'll likely be a slow struggle to higher price points. So the key here is widespread adoption, all right, and long-term hodling. Overall here, though, you guys, Nakamoto Games is literally one of those projects that literally just keeps building on a consistent basis, which is one of the main reasons why I talk about it so darn much, because I'm personally a huge fan of projects like this, that literally stay in touch with their investors and consistently ship all kinds of new features on a regular basis, you guys. Now, if any of you guys have any questions or anything like that about anything I mentioned in this video or anything related to altcoins or trading in general, feel free to go ahead and reach out to me on my community, my free community Discord server, which you can find a link to in the description below this video as well. But overall here, you guys, that's going to pretty much do it for this video. So I will go ahead and wrap this one up. But if you haven't already, go ahead and make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a new crypto and altcoin video from me on a regular basis. And hey guys, with that said, thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the comment section down below of my future videos.